Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the commentary tracks featuring me, Nathaniel, and a man named of
Forrestfire101.
Fire101. That's your name.
And damn it, Nathaniel, why is this one only 7 minutes, man?
people
only
actually
7
ask
minutes.
me that. Well,
how dare you release 7 minutes?
This one took 6 months, which...
No, I love this one, too. This one really wowed me.
You know what? I think that someone made
You
the analogy...
stepped it up even more.
Well, someone made the analogy of, like, the first one was the game, this one's the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a fair analogy, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I knew this one was not going to be that deep or philosophical or even have, like, much of a moral. I was like, I literally just want...
This shot's awesome.
Oh, yeah, I was really happy. That was the first time I was using an Edelkrone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you borrow one or did you buy one?
I got it as a graduation gift.
Oh, wow.
My cousin who voices Batman pitched in and found it.
Oh, that's sweet, dude.
Yeah. It was sweet. It was a little ironic. I was like, oh, well, I just finished episode 1. Like, obviously, I can use this for episode 2, but I kind of wish I had it for episode 1.
Yeah.
But obviously, I can't
once you graduate to that further, the better equipment, you're like, dang, I wish I... Do you have the Probe lens yet?
I don't.
You got to get the Probe lens, man. That's the next thing on your list.
There's a flex head tilt I'm put up on the screen for anyone uninitiated right now, but I have one of those, and I shot, I think, most of it with the tilt.
Yeah.
And it's a game changer.
Yeah,
it's the way to get shots. There's no other way.
You'll love the Probe lens.
Yeah.
It's great.
But I had this idea for this episode. This was the very first thing I thought of in my like universe or whatever, was this episode, and it was going to work a little differently. It was going to be Two-Face's origin, and I just like jotted it down in like Word like one night, and then like I didn't even think about it being Lego or something, and then I started like crafting this whole like universe and plan and stuff, and then obviously, but I was like, you have to have Two-Face second. Like it's gotta be the sequel. You can't have Two-Face first. That just doesn't make sense. So you got to start the Joker, and that just some of these things that just made sense to me. And anyways, and so then eventually got to this one. Had to change it up a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with it. There's a few small nitpicks, of course, but people have said that they think that the music matches to the strobing, which I don't think is correct. I think that's just luck. The strobing is like every other frame, or like however, I had some incremental system.
Yeah,
it's increments.
Yeah, it really bakes in the animation, like locks in like exactly what you do.
Right.
Which is pretty bold.
Well, because some people have said like there's no way you did that in camera. You did that like in post, right? I was like, no, it's in camera.
It's not really how post works.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's
say.
actually some AI capabilities now where you can take photos and relight them, and it's pretty dope.
That's
I've played
awesome,
around with it.
But it scares me because I'm like, I'll just try to plan that.
It's not.
Ahead,
it's not going to be as good as doing it in real, but
sure,
it's pretty neat because you can do some pretty creative things with it.
Yeah.
But it does look, like digital, like you digitally added lights and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wraps around faces, the contours, and you can place new lights and scenes. I don't think it would work as well in a Lego situation because it's trained on human faces and stuff.
Surfaces.
Smooth, but definitely that's where we're headed. So in the future, you could do something like that, but obviously it's better to do it, in camera if possible. A
little tidbit about some of these voice actors. The guy that voices the guy with the bottle that was in gray there. He is a YouTuber, but if anyone recognizes Gino Samuel,
nice.
He has a few 100,000 subs, and he has a Fiverr, and I just requested lines from him there.
Sick, dude. I should use Fiverr. I've never used Fiverr.
Yeah, it's great. And then the guy that just got launched down the stairs is a former... He's running for office in Kentucky.
Oh, the classic door sound effect, dude.
Yeah,
I love that one.
But yeah, he's like a politician, and I never met him. I just messaged him randomly. I was like, dude, I think it'd be hilarious if I got this very small role for this very like large political figure. I don't even know how you align on things. I don't care. Can you voice this? And he was like, absolutely.
You should have had him doing something like extremely racist or something. That would have been good.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that to him. It'd be a smear campaign.
This scene's awesome, man. I love the action here. You really are so excelling with the animation.
Well, thank you.
I think it gets better and better.
The part I dread the most is this like 3/4 of the way through part, this green, essentially because it's broken up into 4 parts. There's like blue, red, green, and then purple/orange at the end.
Yeah, good color theory.
Yes, thank you. And the green part is the worst one because I had literally no clue what I was doing with it. And so there's a few different versions of it where I would like animate something and then I would show like my brother. And I'd be like, did this make sense? What just happened? And he'd be like, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what just happened. So I'd just redo it. And it's fine. It's not hurt my feelings or anything.
Yeah, you got to do it. You do it until you get it right.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was, once I kind of wish, though, I wouldn't have been opposed to just keeping the orange and purple through the whole thing. I just thought, like, clubs change colors constantly.
Yeah,
like,
you want a little bit of variety.
Yeah, variety, exactly. Yeah. But ultimately, this orange and purple one for, like, the climactic part of it or whatever is the best, I think. It's my favorite. Side note, the music, I knew I was gonna be really picky about the music because I didn't just want some stock music.
Sure.
So I actually went to a Discord for techno music, and I was like, hey, does anyone have any that I could use? And I met a lovely man named Compressor, and he just had some tracks on his SoundCloud, and he said, go for it. And so I just put them in. I think it works flawlessly. I listened to them even outside of like this video. Like he's great in general. And that's not to discredit, of course, my friend that voiced Two-Face. We ran through a few different people to run Two-Face because he's got a very specific voice in my head. Mm-hmm. But there's a guy from college named Mac.
I like how you did his face like custom kind of.
Yes.
Because
it makes sense it would be burned.
The issue with like Lego is like they only print on like the face, never the neck or like the whole face. Yeah. It's kind of just like always like.
Did you see how the table there is supposed to represent like a coin? I think I could have made that more apparent, but that was always my idea from the beginning, was like the table falls down on Two-Face like a coin would,
Wow. I like that.
And but again, I guess I could have shot that differently or whatever.
Ooh.
This disco part was one of the hardest things to do because I had this little like ornament my mom had of a disco ball. I glued it to a Lego piece, but getting light that bright and that smooth to just spin around is really hard.
Yeah, I bet.
Turns out I literally animated with sunglasses on because I got the hardest, like brightest light I possibly could, aimed it at it, but I had to hurry because the light was slowly dim. So I was constantly like turn, and going throughout the rest of it.
Gotcha.
So that was incredibly hard.
It's like battery powered.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And I couldn't find one that was you just plug in. Or
sure. Yeah.
Anyways, this one was a lot of fun. I was definitely kind of sick of it towards the end, but who doesn't get that way?
Yeah, definitely. That's how it always is. Like, can I just get this out now?
Yeah. But
please?
Ultimately, I think it was definitely a test of how well I can do a fight scene.
Yeah, no, I was really impressed. I think the action was super good in that.
Cool.
Yeah, what do you got going on next? What's the next step?
Next up, well, so I've got lots of projects in the works. Some, I don't know if they'll have seen it by now or whatever, but of course working on my second channel with videos that aren't as focused and much stuff put into it. Some of them are just kind of dumb, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. And then in terms of like actual big projects, I quite literally have a notes app full of like all sorts of things that some of it I've even shot and I'm like haven't edited. Some stuff I've only shot 50% of and whatever. There's just so much to do and there's only one of me and I don't want to work with other people in the sense of like, okay, I need you to make this or whatever. It's like, no, I will get to it in time. It's just I'm very slow at it and I'm very like methodical and almost to a fault. But all I can tell people is like, stuff's coming. I promise.
Can you give us a little tease of the next Batman? Like, is the question going to be in it?
No. So my system is it's going to
be like a new character with Batman.
Yes.
Nice.
Batman. And a villain that you were probably more familiar with, such as a Two-Face or Joker, and then he's going to pair up with a lesser known hero,
Booster Gold.
Not yet.
I'm just gonna run through every character.
I was gonna say run through all your obscure. What's the most obscure DC character you can come up with?
Oh man, is Catman DC character?
He is.
Yeah, he's pretty obscure.
Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to go, how did you know? But yeah, it'll be, that's my system. I have all sorts of ideas for episodes, more in line with this one, of like the 7 to 10 minute variation that doesn't take as long to make as the first one.
Yeah, no, I like the 10 minute.
It's more like a cold open sort of thing. And then the system would be Batman teams up with a different obscure superhero.
I love that.
Or to fight sometimes an obscure supervillain or whatever. So
I would love to see your take on Robin eventually.
Right.
When you get to it. I like how in the first episode Batman had his like original costume with the purple gloves. Yeah. And then in this one he's upgraded it a bit. And then, as we go deeper into your lore, we can see the Nathaniel Henley Robin. And you should get somebody like somebody like me to voice him.
Oh, I see where that was
I'm trying to write myself a role.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see about that. But the big thing is, I don't know. Honestly, people ask like, oh, which version of Robin made a cameo in the first episode? I don't know. I put Robin in there because I thought it was funny, and it's like I didn't think that hard about it. But at some point, I will definitely flesh more things out. I would love to. I'm just not there. I'm just very slow.
You'll get to him.
I'll get to him. That's all I could say. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you'll be seeing more stuff soon enough.
Yeah, we're excited for it, man.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. And have a good day. Or don't.
Nice.